Good morning. So we have a special request for a video on pasteurization. Shout out to our special friend who requested this. You know who you are. This is my countertop pasteurizer. We were actually given this by my mother-in-law. It was actually her mom's, so it was a pretty awesome gift. We use this about 2 to 4 times a day. Now, I know not everyone has a nice little pasteurizer, so later in the video you're actually going to see us doing it on the stove top as well, so you can see the different ways to pasteurize at home. What we do is we take our fresh milk from the day, we open this up, it's got this little removable canister, and we just pour our milk. Today there's no cream separator or anything, it's just straight milk and cream that's being pasteurized. You go down here, turn this on, and it's a timer. Starts the heater inside. It'll time it to the 150 degrees that you need. We've measured it a couple times just to make sure that our pasteurizer is working correctly and doing everything it needs to. Then after the pasteurization, we actually have this little funnel. It's not expensive. Grabbed it off of Amazon. And I just put a coffee filter in the top of this right here. And I filter it out before it goes into our containers, but I'll show you all that in the video later. And it also has a wire mesh bowl that goes in here, but we lost ours. But that is the better thing to use, I'll tell you what. Good morning. We're going to talk about pasteurization again and a different way to do it. This is our stovetop method. This is milk from this morning. I just have a regular pot. I know most of you do. I measured out just a quart of milk for this video. We just go ahead and pour it into your pot, just like you would anything else that you're cooking. Turn it on low. You do not want to scald your milk. You do not want to burn your milk, so this is nice and slow. I have this nice little digital thermometer. It actually has a warning on it, so I have it set for 145. The plan is to get your milk to 150 degrees before burning it or scalding it, and may take a little bit of practice for some of you get it right off the bat. So I have it set so that the alarm will go off at 145. I'll be able to come in here and turn this down and watch it. We're trying to get our milk to 150 degrees for 30 minutes, and that will pasteurize our milk. It's only been a couple of minutes, and you can see our temperature is already up to 115, 16. And what I normally do is it gets up to here, I'll just kind of give it a little swirl just to make sure there's no cold spots or anything. It's not a requirement, it's just something that I do for personal preference. So our alarm is going off at 142 to warn me it's going up to 145. So we're just going to make sure it's on low. We're going to watch it now. That way we can start timing it when it gets to 150. Because you definitely want the 30 minutes if you're trying to pasteurize for whatever reason that you have. I am not judgy. If you guys do raw milk, that is on you. If you guys like ultra pasteurization, that's on you. That's something different. I don't do that. I just do the basic pasteurization, 150 degrees for 30 minutes. So now if your temperature drops below the 150, you have to start your 30 minutes over because it can allow bacteria to still be there. You guys can also do, I think it's 165 degrees for 30 seconds, but I will actually look that up and make sure before I tell you, 100% solid. Okay, so we're over the 150 now. So what we're going to do is just do the timer. To start it for the 30 minutes. And it is 162 for 15 seconds for the quick pasteurization. So if you get there, you can always just hold it for the 15 seconds. Just watch for scalding your milk, of course. You don't want to get too fast, too hot, too fast. Okay, so we videotaped 162, but the kids started, so here we are. And the temperature is actually at 172 now. Like I said, it would climb quick. So what I like to do is just take my thermometer off. You do not want to set this against the bottom at any time, but I'll kind of swirl it. Make sure all the temperature throughout the milk is above the 162. Have counted 15 seconds already, but make sure you guys are counting the time frames that you need for the temperature that you're using. Now I will show you. It only took about 3 minutes to get up to that 170, so be very watchful over your milk and what's going on. And like I said, this is not the double boiler, this is just a regular pot, but a double boiler is a little bit easier to keep that temperature constant. So this milk is pasteurized. It went over 162 degrees for over 15 seconds. Pasteurizing, what I normally will do is I will filter a second time because you will get some of the gunk on top of your milk. And also just make sure I don't have any cow hair in there, because no matter how clean you are going to get something at some point in your milk. So I just filter it and put it into clean, sterile jars. I normally use glass jars. I have gallon, half gallon, and quarts. So I sterilize and wash those. Then put this through a filter and straight into the refrigerator, guys. Put this straight in the refrigerator. Get your milk cold from here.